What's up, gang? Jamie Hodges here from Ghostbusters Virginia and GBVA TV. Have you missed us? Because we know we've been missing you. As always, the gears here at GBVA are constantly turning. We've had a lot of really cool stuff in the works. Not only do we still have a giveaway to announce, which might maybe hopefully be done before this video's out, we've also been working really hard with Sony Pictures to promote the home video release of Ghostbusters Afterlife. And through that partnership, we've been able to raise a substantial amount for our official charity partners. So big shout out to Sony Pictures and Ghost Corps for helping us out on that. In addition to that, as you may have seen on Ghostbusters News, GBVA just teamed up with Ruckus Tees to unveil and roll out its own memorial pin for director Ivan Reitman, whose passing just recently shook and saddened the Ghostbusters community. With that, our deepest condolences go out to Jason and the Reitman family during this time. On a lighter side, GBVA is just returning from a baby vacation, a little time away from the office, where we had the chance to reunite original Extreme Ghostbusters voice actors Jason Marsden and Tara Strong, who showed nothing but love for Ghostbusters Virginia. You can see more of that on our Instagram story over at Ghostbusters Virginia. If you want to find out more about that, you're going to have to follow us over on Instagram. Check out the Gram stories. And if you're not following us there, then you're missing out. You are missing so much. We know people want to know more. We know you want updates. We know you want it. We know. And we get it. But now you got to do your part. If you're not following us on the Grams, you better follow us on the Facebooks. And if you're not following us on one or the other, follow us on both. Because that's where you're going to get the updates. If you don't want to miss another update, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. But we're not here for updates. I gave you the footnote that we're not doing that. I'm here to talk about the green juice. I want that the green drink. I want to talk about green Kool-Aid. What I want to talk about is a little bit cooler than Kool-Aid. It's a little Ecto-Cooler. This is a little one. That's right, the community's a little shook up recently, and it's because we got people whispering about that green drink. That Ecto sip. That spooky sip. I want to sip it. For decades now, franchises across the world have been trying to bust open the secret behind what's in that drink. Even with the help of Nicolas Cage, we were unable to break that Coca-Cola vault. It's tight. Airtight. And there's been a lot of variations over the time. Heck, even Ghostbusters Virginia has its own Ecto-Cooler recipe card that we hand out regularly at all of our events. And maybe, just maybe, we've cracked it. We figured it out. We have our top people. And when I say top, I mean, they're pretty good. That's right, with a little digging, a lot of R&D, and a little TLC. GB franchise, the San Diego Ghostbusters, claims that they've cracked it. They've figured it out. But before we can really dive into it, we need to give you a little bit of a history lesson, a little stroll down memory lane. I feel like there should probably be like a wavy effect here or something, some kind of major pop culture callback. Starting off, it's important to note that this citrusy beverage may have existed much longer than you think. As early as the 1960s, HI-C has been pushing a beverage called Citrus Cooler. Jumping forward several years and convincing Columbia Pictures to fund the Ghostbusters film, they also reached out to none other than Coca-Cola. At this point, product placement was really just kind of starting to creep into popular media, and a very unlikely partnership was formed. Needless to say, as we all know, Ghostbusters was a success. In 1989, Ghostbusters hype was at an all-time high. And just a few years before, in 1986, the popular animated series The Real Ghostbusters had launched on TV. So by the time Ghostbusters 2 came out, the marketing was obvious. Rebrand the Citrus Cooler and slap a friendly green slimy ghost on the front. Bam! We got Ecto-Cooler, baby. And it was flying off the shelves. Kids couldn't get enough of it. And I can attest to that. I'm one of those kids. And while it wouldn't stick around forever, Ecto-Cooler actually stayed on store shelves a whole decade past the final episode of Real Ghostbusters airing. And it still wasn't gone for good. It was yet again rebranded and a brand new mascot stuck on the front. Was this going to be the last time we ever saw Ecto-Cooler? No, 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 no. Love it or hate it, with the release of the Ghostbusters reboot in 2016 directed by Paul Feig, it's important to keep in mind that to this day that partnership with Columbia Pictures and Coca-Cola still exists. And they were ready to do the best they could to tickle all of our nostalgia buttons. And with that release, Ecto-Cooler was back on shelves, back in homes, and back into our hearts. But with some subtle changes. For the first time, we started seeing Ecto-Cooler in cans. But there's something missing from this that was very prevalent on the juice box. Where's the Spud? Where'd he go? Where's Slimer? Well, there's a good explanation for that. Coca-Cola themselves states that their updated packaging reflected a fresh update for the next Ghostbusters installment and better reflected the Coca-Cola company's values and commitment to responsible marketing, including not advertising directly to children under the age of 12. As part of our responsible marketing policy, we commit to not using celebrities or characters that are primarily appealing to children under 12, which admittedly is really responsible on their part. You do not want your kids hopped up on that Ecto juice. And while Coca-Cola claims that their recipe is exactly the same as the original, fans seem to notice some subtle differences. Even I'll admit that while there were cans and juice boxes released at the time, there were taste differences even between those two. And while the 2016 film may not have resonated very well with the audiences, it wasn't long before Ecto-Cooler vanished from shelves yet again. Unless you don't know when to stop, like me. I've got enough Ecto-Cooler to survive the apocalyptic times. I'm set. When everyone's gone, I'm gonna be hopped up on that Ecto juice. Unstoppable. I really don't want to think about what that tastes like right now. How much old juice do you got in your closet? I'm not sure what the tally is, but if we counted how much old juice people had in their closets right now, I'm pretty sure I would be winning. If you think you got more old juice in your closet, you show me. I want to see it. You take your old green juice and you show it to me. And with that, the destiny of our favorite green drink was uncertain. Until just last year. We got Ghostbusters Afterlife. We got Ghostbusters 3. We got it. Ghostbusters Afterlife. And while it may not have been a wide public release, through various sweepstakes via Coca-Cola, a very limited amount of fans were able to get their hand on a brand new Ecto-Cooler recipe. It was back, baby. We're back. On top of that, some fans that were actually in attendance at the red carpet premiere of Ghostbusters Afterlife in New York got their hands on bottles of Ecto-Cooler. I mean, Sony, Ghost Corps, and Coca-Cola were literally raining Ecto-Cooler down on the crowd. It was beautiful. It's beautiful. And we certainly had our share. Now, as I stated previously, for decades, fans have been trying everything they can to duplicate that nostalgic taste. They just want to sip in this, just a little sip of nostalgia. Just. Some West Coast busters even claim that in their childhood, do you know them? In your childhood, they had juice then, they got juice now, juice world forever. Some West Coast busters even claim that in their youth there was a very popular drink called Tampico that very closely replicated that Ecto-Cooler taste. And yet there was always something that was missing. Even in the 2016 release, and that's the thickness. It doesn't take much to taste citrus, but Ecto-Cooler was its own thing. It was a whole nother entity. Thick. And when it comes to my juice, I want my green drink and I want it thick. You ever had a cookout milkshake? Now, not too long ago, some franchises stumbled across a new drink, a juicy juice. That's literally the name. It's juicy juice. With that juicy juice orange tangerine. Now, just a few months ago, that GB franchise that did all that legwork on the HI-C history, they claimed to have cracked it. The San Diego Ghostbusters took that tasty West Coast Tampico and mixed it up with a Coca-Cola classic, Minute Maid Lemonade, allegedly creating the closest perfect modern replica of our favorite Ecto-Cooler. So which one is it? That Juicy Juice? That Tampico Minute Maid mix? We're gonna find out. That's why we're here, cadets. We're gonna put it up. We're gonna figure it out together. We're gonna crack this thing wide open. In the first corner, we have Coca-Cola's reissue from the Ghostbusters Afterlife premiere HI-C Ecto-Cooler. In another corner, we have Juicy Juice. And in the third corner, we have Tampico Minute Maid. Which one's gonna come out on top? Find out next time on GBVA TV. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna figure it out right now. We're doing a blind taste test. You want me to mix you something? Alright, so we've got our Ecto-Cooler mixes, one of which is by the San Diego Ghostbusters, and that one is the Tampico Minute Maid Mix Method. It's a lot of M's. On the other end, we got that Juicy Juice, and that is literally as is. That is just the Juicy Juice with a little bit of food coloring. And then, surprise guest, in another one of these glasses, we have our second to last remaining bottle of official Ecto-Cooler from the Red Carpet. Goes from, where is it from? Where did it come from? The Ghostbusters Afterlife premiere in New York City. Red Carpet, baby. Now we've gone back and had someone remix these a little bit. A, so that I have no idea what they are. This is a blind taste test. And B, because admittedly when I did my Juicy Juice mix, I thought it was a little dark. I didn't want to be able to tell the difference. And then in front of each glass, we have postcards. So as we taste, we're going to test. We're going to test ourselves and see if we can figure out which one of these is which. And we're going to reveal it here with you. We're going to go down each glass and figure out which Ecto-Cooler is the Ecto-Coolest. So come on down and join me for a supernatural sip. Your boy's thirsty. So starting off with my first glass, all the way to the right. Again, I have no idea what these are. Let's have a little taste. I want to say, that one is pretty darn close. There's no way that this one here is not from the red carpet. We had quite a few, and we mentioned before that even other iterations tasted a little bit different than the others. Like the 2016 one did not taste like the one that we had just recently back in November, but this one has to be it. I've had my fair share, without a doubt. This is Ghostbusters Afterlife Kool-Aid. But that's not for me to decide. Flip the card. There is no way, ladies and gentlemen, that I was way off, or maybe they were way on. That was the Tampico Minute Maid mix. That was not the official Coca-Cola HI-C beverage. That surprises me. Right out of the gate, I'm almost gonna wonder if that just like knocks the other ones right out of the park, but it can't knock out the original, right? We gotta keep going. We gotta find out. Sliding on down to the next sip, you're gonna notice this one's in a different glass. These are not arranged in any way to determine the beverages. It just looks symmetrical. It looks nice, don't you think? Doesn't this look nice? It's just a shame I gotta sip it. We gotta sip it. If we wanna find out, we gotta sip it. That one tastes absolutely not like the last one. It tastes a lot just like green apple juice. This is a child's drink. Since that tastes absolutely nothing like the first one, I'm gonna go ahead and take my guess and say that's gotta be the juicy juice. That's gotta be that JJ Juicy Juice. Bam, juicy juice, baby. That being said, I don't think that one's my favorite. That one literally just tastes like green apple juice to me. And actually, post mix, we went back and checked, and one of the primary ingredients for juicy juice is apples. So I'm gonna say that doesn't necessarily have that citrus sip. That's gonna be the word of the day. Would love a counter. I want to see someone count how many sips are in this secret video. So, as it stands, it still reigns supreme. I'm still gonna go with that Tampico. So that being said, the only glass left, and cheers to all the things, everything that happened in this past year, good and bad. This is our second to last glass of Ghostbusters Afterlife Ecto-Cooler. So that means it's this versus that Tampico. Moment of truth. It's that thickness. What did I say? What did I say about my green drink? I like my green drink the way Mike Tyson likes his sickness. Wait. I'm not gonna get that joke right a second time. I'm talking about the thickness. So while I don't know that they're exactly the same, in a blind taste test, I would absolutely put San Diego Ghostbusters Tampico Minute Maid mix right up against the most recent mixture of Coca-Cola and HI-C's Ecto-Cooler. That was amazing. I'm definitely gonna have to mix up some more of that. We're gonna have to mix up some more of that. We need to get some more. We need to trap us some more of that Ecto sip. So San Diego Ghostbusters, I hope I'm getting that right. It might not even be the San Diego Ghostbusters. Your drink, hands down, is the Ecto-Coolest. If you can find it in your area, go ahead and get you some. We're gonna go ahead and list those ingredients down below in the comments for this video, and maybe we'll even make it its own separate little recipe video. You want our secrets? You got it. We're just gonna give them to you. We want you to have them. So that way you can make your own. Don't let us decide. Go out there, make your own, decide for yourself. Let us know in the comments down below which Ecto-Cooler do you think is the Ecto-Coolest. Have your own sip. not our soap. If you like this video, or you have some other secret supernatural sips you want to see us slide down in our mouths, let us know in the comments down below. Also be sure to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell, because we got a lot going on. We got events. We got run number 2 of the Ivan Reitman Memorial Pen coming up, and you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. This has been Jamie Hodges for GBVA TV. Until next time, I'll see you on the other side.